Good evening everyone and welcome back to EML Premier 2. It is round 10, the final round of Season 3 here at EML, and we are at the Yas Marina track in Abu Dhabi. My name's Matt Leslie, I'll be your host this evening and I'm joined tonight with Ivan. Ivan, nice to have you.
Good evening to you, Matt, and on the stream. Yeah, as you said, last race of the season here at the Esports Masters League in Premier 2 tier around Abu Dhabi, and yeah, hopefully we are in for a good race.
Yeah, hopefully so. So we last round we have a couple of things going on, couple of battles in the championship. We have SXT currently on top, going into this final round, and they have a 40-point gap, a lead to TTG. So it's pretty much there for SXT. But if there's a bit of a disaster class, it's very, very unlikely. But it's not completely wrapped up. And we do have a battle for third place as well. We have BNLRE, who currently sit in third, and Esports Worlds Tan, who are in fourth place, and these two have been going at it for a while. And I'll pass everyone over now to Ivan as we watch Sancho Wiz taking on the first lap.
So thank you for the honors, and Sancho is coming to that new turn 5, the hairpin. You really have to nail the late apex and then just slingshot yourself out wide to get a good run on these first Yara zone and a very, very big straight towards the new turn 6 and 7. Braking hard, going deep, aiming for the apex, missing the curb on the left side, taking the one on the right side, then coming onto the another second straight, onto the another straight before braking for this really long band corner. Multiple lines you can take through there, and it can really make you break your lap time. As this section coming up now, hotel section coming to Latifi corner, 4th gear, giving in 4th, short shifting into 5th, 6th, 7th, flat out through this corner, and now braking hard for the last one, getting once again late apex and coming to the line, and it's 123.524 for Sancho. It
does indeed, going to the 23s, and as we see, the rest of the drivers now starting to set their first times. We also see CPI Bunty getting to the 23s, SXT Assi into the 23s as well. So what sort of time do you think we're looking here for pole, Ivan?
Well, looking at this rate, we could see maybe in low 23s, sort of, I would say 23.1 or 23.2. Maybe even if someone gets really good lap, we could see 22.9s.
Yeah, as Seb has actually gone fastest with a 23.4, so we are getting towards those low 23s. Whether we'll get into the 22s or not, I'm not too sure, but I'm sure this is already looking like it's going to be a tight qualifying session. I feel like there's a lot of drivers on this grid that are capable of fighting for pole. I think we've seen so many changes for pole in some of the races this season. It's just, the grid is stacked of really fast drivers.
Yeah, indeed, some familiar faces here, but some yeah, some of them, I don't know some of them. Some of them are really familiar. I know they are quick, and I know they can deliver. And yeah, this will certainly be interesting qualifying.
We also have a drivers' championship within EML. I was notified this by a good friend Mike, who's, as you can see in the race, ESW Mike, He pointed out that the Drivers' Championship at the moment is Colin Mason currently on 114 points. Sancho is in second on 94 points. And Carlsbury in third on 93 points. That is a separate thing from EML. Obviously, EML is a team competition, but I'm sure those three drivers will be interested in maybe topping that stat for the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely for the bragging rights. And ESW Esports Wales driver leading the championship, and no wonder why Mike wanted to point that out. Just joking, obviously, and this could really be a really good campaign for Esports Wales if they manage to get third and Colin managed to get the Drivers' Championship. So, yeah, certainly they'll want to perform well here.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. Really, I think Esports Wales have had a really good season here in EML. Obviously, no assists as well, so that adds even more onto what is a pretty good feat for them. And Colin Mason has been at the head of that team. Really, I think he's got 3 podiums now. That might be wrong, but it's 3. Oh,
Carlsbury got disqualified. Sorry for cutting in. Carlsbury disqualified, locking in the pit lane. What on earth?
Oh dear, and it's at the exit. So has he lost it on the exit, or has he lost it on a lap?
I'm not too sure. I was not on board with him, but it just came up on my screen, and that's Carlsbury losing his position now and going all the way to the back.
Yeah, that's not good at all for TTG. If they are to bring down this gap to SXT in this final round, he'll be majorly disappointed with that. But yeah, ESW, I think they've really done well this season. Definitely a team that I've been most impressed with, and I can tell you their points at the moment. So it's BNL in third on 218 and Esports Wales Tanner on 200, so they're only 18 points adrift of that third place. So that's a battle we've got to keep an eye on.
Yeah, really close. Field is really close there, as now I'm onward with CF, who is currently the fastest during the session, and let's see, can he improve his time, the RT driver driving the Red Bull appropriately, should we say, that driver in a Red Bull, some sort of translation from real life into the game, as Yeb is improving by 1/10 in first sector.
Yeah, we're on board with Steve, and it looks like he's getting a bit of a tow from his teammates, so the teamwork is being shown here all the way down this sector 2 as his teammate pulls to the side, and that will probably help him with a 10th or 2 extra pace down there.
Yeah, maybe went a little bit too tight on the on that apex on the right hand side there, for the straight. But still, he's still up on his time.
He is still up on his time. He's going very well, the IRT man. IRT sitting 5th place at the moment, not too far off of Wales Tan, but they need a really strong final race here to be able to gain a position in the standings. So here comes Sieb. Can he improve? Oh, it's very tight on the final corner, and he loses out. That final turn looks a bit too tight for me.
Well, I didn't look. I wasn't on board with him, so I can't tell. I was just watching from the broadcast point of view, not the cockpit. And I certainly know he lost some time on the right-hand side apex of the turn He lost time on turn 8 because he went a little bit too tight on that apex. Perhaps maybe turned in a little bit too early. But yeah, what looked as a promising lap earlier on really turned into disappointment, as his teammate Boomfier invalidated his lap in first corner. So not really good sign for IRT.
No, I think there's promise there. If they work together, Steve can definitely improve his lap. He'll be a bit relieved at the moment that he's still actually provisional pole, so not too much to stress about. But on this final run, he could do with scraping off a 10th or two, I think, just to secure that pole. I'm now on board with VAR Jet, who is respectfully bottom of those who have set a time at the moment, so he'll be looking to make big improvements. Oh wow! Raphael goes provisional pole. His teammate, what can his teammate do? VAR Jet coming to the final turn. He's definitely going to improve. Where's it going to put him? It's P7. VR looking like they're in a pretty strong place.
Yeah, indeed. As I think Coconut meanwhile went in the 6th with 123.674 for Prospect E-Racing.
Oh, just thank you, sorry everyone who's joining the stream. Make sure you like the stream, subscribe to the channel, of course. Had some comments. Rashana Cruz, good evening to you. James Hook, evening. Maze is here, of course, and IRT Steban is here. Teamwork is better in game, trust me, like you see just now. We did see that teamwork from the IRT guys. Didn't pay off. But if Seb can do that again, he could take it back. But there's Assi. Oh, and there's Sancho Wiz. Wow. Assi held provisional for what?
5 seconds.
For like, yeah, not even 5 seconds. And Sancho Wiz, and that is a phenomenal lap from the BNLR driver.
Yeah, just want to point out that I went on board with him before you cut me in. No words for that, just to say, I just want to point that out. And Sancho is coming with an absolute monstrosity of a lap, going into the provisional pole position, and we are not even in the last stages of qualifying. So truck technically did not grip up, and it's not at its best just yet. So we could see those 22.9s.
Yeah, we could definitely see someone in the 22s for sure. So that's BNLR Sancho Witt's provisional pole. I'm on board with his teammate Mike, who's currently in P9. He is up on his time. It's only just. But what can he do? Maybe Sancho Wiz needs to give his teammate a bit of help. I'm not sure why we haven't seen more of the teams giving slipstreams, actually. I would have thought it would have been something that most teams would have considered around here.
Yeah, especially with those two long straights, almost chained together. Mike, whoa!
Wow.
Second. 5 tenths in the, I think that was the last sector alone.
Yeah, at the end of the second sector he was up, but barely, and he somehow has managed to gain half a second, so maybe that sector wasn't so good for him on his original run.
Yeah, definitely. As Ironbrain Mike is now to the line, and I think he just started his lap. And Mike goes for a spin. I think I've just commentator's cursed him. I was on board with him.
Yeah, I think he was. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, the Esports World's Tan guys not having the best of evenings so far. Obviously, you've still got just over 2 minutes left. Sitting currently 12th and 14th. They need a reaction to the BNLRE guys.
Bumpy is on the lap. Once again, slipstream for getting slipstream from his teammates. Yep.
Let's go on board with Bumpy. So it's obviously Bumpy getting the slipstream first, and then it'll be his teammate on the next lap. As Mike retires, so we won't be seeing any further action from Mike, and I don't think we'll be seeing Sancho Wiz come out again. So I think that for the BNLRE guys.
Yeah, definitely. As Bumpy is now coming to middle section.
Oh, I've just noticed. Sorry, I just noticed on the back straight CPI are copying the IRT team tactics. Back to Bumpy.
The line fifth. Nice lap.
It's a nice lap, brings him up with his teammate, and then he will now focus on returning the favour to his teammate Seeb. I'm going on board with
Sancho is out once again. Sancho
he is out.
Yeah.
He is out. Wow. I'm on board with Pyro for CPI in his first no assist race actually, and currently in P8 looking to improve. Already, big snap.
Oh.
Big snap.
That was a bit of a WRC moment. And only 2 turns down with that.
Yeah. Nice. He'll be disappointed with that mistake near the end. But 8th for your first no assist race. Something to be proud of there.
I'm on for this Seeb now.
Yeah, let's watch Seeb.
81 100 to a second up. Sancho did not manage to cross the line in time to get another run, so that's it from him.
So it's Sancho Wiz, provisional pole. Still got IRT Seeb here. We've got SXT Assi, SXT Daniel, F1 Raphael. A lot of drivers still to come. What can Seeb do as he? Oh, he's got it all wrong. All wrong at the end.
The line.
Raphael finishes in 4th. Assi also invalidates. Daniel is on a lap. There's not many left. Oof. A lot of snaps going on. Oh, yeah, and there's the biggest one yet. And that is him out of this qualifying session. Bunty, a late one who gets himself up into P5. And that is a BNLRE front row lockout. What a qualifying from them, Ivan.
Yeah, really good performance there. But qualifying doesn't mean anything. They took pole with Rostovim in Mexico last week, and in the race they were absolutely nowhere. And hopefully for them, they will be able to compete, be more competitive in the race than last week. But qualifying over, front row lockout for BNLRE, and here's our finishing order for tonight. Sancho is first with 123.147. Mike second with only 100 of a second down on his time. Assi in third, Raphael in fourth, Bunty in fifth, Bumpy in sixth, Seeb in seventh, Daniel in eighth, Jet ninth, Pyro 10th, Coconuts 11th, Colin R. Mason 12th, 13th is reserved for Forza Brandon, 14th is Betuxai, 15th is Evergreen Mike, and 16th Carlsberry, who was disqualified from the session. So, conclusion from this qualifying is that both TTG and Esports Wales had absolute nightmare while qualifying, and they'll definitely have a tough job to overturn that into the race. But yeah, we'll see what happens in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, not the qualifying those two teams would have liked, and compared to BNLRE and SXT and IRT, those three teams all had very solid, very good qualifying sessions. But as you said earlier, qualifying means nothing if you can't keep the car on track here at Abu Dhabi. And we've seen a couple of snaps in that qualifying session, so it's not the easiest of tracks here. There is a few turns here that can catch people out, so it's far from over for the teams further down the order. And here we go, 5 lights for the final round of EML 2, and they're away. The BNLRE guys seem to get away pretty well. Asi and Raphael side by side going into the front. There's a bit of damage for one of the McLarens going into the back of an SXT driver. BNLRE are away safely. I can see one of the McLarens of the CPIs. They are dropping back.
Pyro is dropping, I think.
Dropping back as Asi's trying to move up alongside Raphael, and he's got ahead. Raphael not having it. He's trying to fight back. Both of these drivers on the hard tyres.
Carlsberry's an absolute flyer of the start. He's already up in 12th.
Oh, he's gone for another move into... Oh, he's gone... Sancho Wiz has gone deep. He's losing 2. Asi is all over the place. Sancho Wiz is dropping. It's carnage, Ivan.
Yeah, it's actual carnage. Well, it's league racing after all. There's always carnage on the start. And as I said, I think Carlsberry could be one of the most gainers on the start. Went from 16 up to 10th already. Carlsberry going wide now in the turn 9. Really pushing. Here comes the late send on Pyro.
That was a send from Carlsberry. It nearly paid off, but I think he took way too much speed into that one. As we see a yellow flag.
That's Mike, I think.
Yellow flag for Mike. Oh, Daniel gets a really big snap coming over the finish line, and he's lost that position. Oh, and he's been he's been collected. He's been collected. Pyro, I believe it was.
All hard work was undone. Front wing damage to that Alfa Romeo, and really unlucky for Carlsberry, ghosting, not being enabled on time.
Yeah, a lot of damage to that Alfa Romeo. We are not seeing the best of standards so far.
Definitely not. As Bumpy already picked up a 3-second time penalty. Where did that come from?
I believe he got a penalty for gaining a position and cutting a corner.
That's a bad.
So, I think we are settling down a bit. I believe Forza Brendan is looking to make a move on the TTG driver Batuksai, trying to take it round the outside. He's right on the back of that Alfa Romeo. Is he going to look for a move here? No, he's going to conserve and stay patient. Smart move.
Yeah, Bumpy overtakes Raphael, but going wide. Mike setting another fastest lap. Picking out as some cars going slow. Sieb going really slowly for some reason out of last corner.
Oh, I wonder why. I wonder why Sieb was going slowly. Maybe he got an illegal overtake and he had to back out.
I did. As what happened to Beduxai? He was ahead of Forza Brendan, and now he fell behind Forza Brendan, Just Coconuts, and Mike.
Yeah, I believe Beduxai had a spin. What was we seeing? Oh, there's more contact. There's a fight here for P3. We've got a bit of a trade.
Sancho
Wiz is round. This start is going from bad to worse from Sancho Wiz down to P9 now. And the action doesn't stop as Pyro is looking to go around the outside.
You almost cannot follow in the action, how quickly is it happening. A little bit of contact there, but Pyro making the move stick and goes into 6th.
Yeah, apologies to those who are watching if me and Ivan are cutting over each other. There's just so much action going on in these first few laps. And what a mental start it's been.
Yeah, apologies from my side as well. And yeah, crazy start. Crazy start. Even for the league racing standards recently, really crazy start.
Not the best, but with what's happened, Mike has managed to pull out a decent lead, and Asi is also out of DRS, so those two going strong from the rest. But we do have a bit of a train forming for this P3, not as much as it was the previous lap, but it looks like this is where the action is going to come as the IRT pair chase down the VER driver of Raphael.
Yeah, as Raphael is actually closing in a little bit on Asi in some parts of the track, mostly on that back straight. First back straight, what can tell us that Asi has set up more focus on cornering as we have a yellow flag. Jet hits round.
Wow, we are losing. Sorry, we're not losing. We are seeing a lot of drivers losing the car.
Yeah, in qualifying, the most critical point was this part of the track where Jet is coming now, so final section and the approach to the penultimate corner and penultimate corner itself. There you need to be really careful with the throttle as we have a yellow flag. That's Carlsberg round once again.
Yeah, Carlsberg and Daniel at the back really struggling and really far off the pace.
Oh, car wide. Or that's just... No, that's not back marker. Sancho and Colin are fighting. And Sancho is...
Yeah, Sancho is taking that position, having the DRS. Oh, Colin going very deep there. And he's now going to have to look in his mirrors once again because he's got Forza Brendan with the DRS. And that's another position lost.
That's really close. Almost banging wheels.
Almost. But Forza Brendan up into P8, Colin down 2 places in a matter of turns.
Yeah, so... not really good sequence of corners for Colin. I mean, the thing that he went wide in that hairpin compromised him all the way down to turn 9 with those 2 straights being almost one, but just chained with one, just connected with one chicane. And yeah, if you go wide in one of those corners, you lose momentum through most part of that section, and that is not good because two out of 3 DRS zones there on this track are set there.
Yeah, very, very true. I'm going to go on board with Bumpye because it looks like he's setting himself up for a move on Raphael. He is. He's going up the inside. Raphael holding his ground. It's a nice defense, but can he defend it for a second time as there's a second straight of DRS? Bumpye coming at him using the ERS, not close enough. Good defense there from Raphael, I think.
Yeah, really nice defense. Aggressive, but on the line and not crossing it. Really old school racing stuff.
Yeah, I like to see as much as everyone loves to see an overtake. Oh, he's made a mistake.
From Raphael. Yep, mistake. pitch from Rafael, a little bit of a moment on the back end, and that was enough for Bumpy to make a move. As a yellow flag on that straight. Is that Mike?
It is Mike. Yeah, Mike's really struggling here. Not having a good time at all. And I think Rafael is going to struggle here because he's flashing. So is the driver ahead, actually. It could be that Rafael is going to be making a move.
Here comes Yep.
Here he goes.
He got boxed in by his own teammate. Oh, contact again. Oh, this is close.
Oh, they don't want to get caught up in this, the IRT drivers. Here goes Rafael. He's been forced to look at the outside by Bumpy. Bumpy brakes later. Rafael's going to look for a switchback. But Bumpy places that car very well indeed. Still having a look.
Mike getting the 10-second penalty. That's harsh because he just wanted to let the leaders through.
Yeah, Mike's not having. It's a track here. Oh, it's Rafael's having a real good look at Bumpy. He's all over the back of that Red Bull. Really piling the pressure. And here he comes. Is he gonna? Oh no, he backed off the throttle there, Rafael. I thought he was gonna make a move into turn one, but I heard him come off the throttle.
I think he's preparing for the hairpin, then sort of Max Verstappen kind of move. Nope, too far. Oh, but he goes wide. See up really late and brakes.
And all this fighting has brought Pyro within the DRS. But here we go again. Rafael making the move, and this time it is done with zero complications.
Pyro will have a best chance to overtake one of the guys ahead because again got boxed in by his own teammate, and that cost him momentum. But I think we are seeing the switch.
Yep, we are. We're seeing a team orders switch. So Sieb has been let through by his teammate here, and he's going to have a go at Rafael. This is a really, really nice battle between these three, and I soon, I believe, Pyro will start getting involved in this.
Yeah, strategy-wise, Axi could have an advantage coming to him. Speaking about the tire performance, pretty soon as he's on the hard tires while Mike is on the mediums.
Yeah, Assi's shown really good pace actually. Not too far off the BNLR driver of Mike. So a good stint on those hards for Assi. And right, here we go again. Are we ready for another bit of battling down the back straight? Who's going to be the first to make a move? Or is no one going to be able to make a move?
That is one of the other three now, as we have a spinner.
And no one's close enough.
Oh, stars are hot. I won't be surprised if it's Stars. We have yellow flag.
Oh,
surprise after the session. Could we see a safety car? Yes,
oh,
we could.
He's way out on the right. How has he got there? How on earth has he got over there?
Not able to see his position. That part of where the endurance pits are, or the old pits, I don't know.
Just before the bridge. So he was on the right hand side, just before the bridge where it says Yas Marina Circuit. Just as you come out of the chicane from the first back straight.
Oh, he's planning on the traction then. And,
you'd say it's traction over an incident?
Yeah, I think it's traction, because that corner is really tricky on traction. Sometimes if you get the curb too much. If you accelerate on curb, you're just spinning in then if you don't control it on time, you're just saying hello to the barrier.
I mean, we have seen some spins already, quite a lot of spins already, so it wouldn't be impossible that he has lost that himself there. But that is Forza Brendan out of this race. Unfortunate to see him go, but we are down to 15, sorry. And most, I think pretty much everyone apart from Raphael has pitted for a new set of tyres. What do we make of Raphael's decision there?
Maybe he expects another safety car later on, or he prioritizes track position now, knowing that every time on safety car restarts, most of the time there's mayhem. Some drivers will have cold tires behind. I mean, he'll also have it, but those cars will still keep some sort of temperature and what will make it easier to get them up to speed again. While someone on the fresh hard, like Mike, directly behind him, fresh set of hards will have really tough time to hit them up, meaning that he'll be targeted to the guys behind him. I'm speaking about Mike now, and Raphael hopes probably that all of that fighting will result in give him enough time to make a decent advantage to make a stop later on.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Do you think maybe Raphael is trying to hold out to get onto softs? Do you think he's using this safety car to extend his hard stint to get to a soft stint at the end?
Could be really the case that Abu Dhabi, even with those changes, is not the track that is really high on tire wear. It's I think the biggest problem here is the temperature, but yeah, we could potentially see Raphael going on softs at the end.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. One to keep an eye on, for sure. Two drivers that will be very happy to see the safety car will be Carlsbury and SXT Daniel, who had both had a few spins or been involved in incidents, so they were way off the pace, not lapped, but very far behind, and this is going to bring them right back into the race here, and both the teams that are fighting for the championship, albeit the slim chance that TTG have of still winning. So they'll be back up. I don't think we're going to be going racing because those guys are still about a sector away from the back of this train. In the meantime, I'd like to say thank you again, everyone who's joined the stream. Me and Ivan appreciate you joining us. Make sure you're commenting away, liking the stream, and subscribing to the League Racing TV channel. It will make my evening, and I'm sure it will make Ivan's evening as well. So if you can do that, that would be fantastic. So what's your predictions here for this, Ivan? Who's gonna come away with this victory? Who's looking like they're gonna take the checkered flag?
I mean, it's hard to predict anything at this stage.
True.
But,
True.
yeah, I would say Mike is having a good chance of winning it, showing really good pace, keeping that lead stable on the mediums, but he'll really have tough time with Asti right behind him, who is now on the quicker tire. Just to say, and Asi will definitely want to win the championship, try to win a championship for S16 style. And for the last podium spot, I'll gamble and say that Pyro will get a podium.
Pyro?
Yeah.
Wow, okay, on this first no assist race. I like it, I like that prediction. I like bold predictions. As we are told that the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. One final thing before we do go racing again. Do you think if Asi, being on the faster tyre now, if he's coming at Mike, do you think it's better for Mike to let him go and just try and stay with him and hope that his tyres fall off towards the end? Or do you think he should be fighting away no matter what?
I mean, I will say that you should fight him. I wouldn't say that he lets him go if his teammate at Spyro gets 5-second time penalty.
Oh dear.
For collision with Siev. As Rafael goes. Oh, but nearly loses it. I think Mike should fight it. Should fight Asi because he can let him go. He can play smart, but if you try to play to be too smart, you can easily shoot in your leg. You can easily kill your race because he could use that advantage and pull away quicker than later as Asi. Wow.
Wow, that was a big move from Asi. He's not waiting around at all. And Sieve has also managed to just get himself ahead of Mike as well.
Mike. Yeah.
So Mike losing 2 places in that turn there, but Sieve does go a little deep. Is this going to give Mike a bit of a chance? No.
Pyro is now at Mike's back.
Yeah, those hards aren't coming to life straight away, and he's under some real pressure. Here goes Pyro round the outside. Can he make it stick?
Oh, this is really close.
Just. It's a great move from Pyro up to P4.
Yeah, first no assist race and already pulling a move around the outside. Second move around the outside at the very same corner, just to say.
Very bold, very brave.
Yeah, and also now for Mike, right behind him is his teammate Sanchez, who is on quicker tire now. Could we see a switch here for BNLRE?
We definitely could see a bit of team orders there. We've already seen it with the IRT boys.
I see Rafael closing in.
He is closing in. Asi doesn't look like he wants to hang about and take his time. We saw that with the move he made on Mike, and I think we're going to see him make a move on Rafael as he goes defensive on the inside, but Asi wants the inside.
Oh, Siev almost going to Saudi Arabia with that Red Bull. Really misses braking in there. That's opening the door for Pyro. And we have seen switch in fifth place between BNLRE guys and Pyro. Same corner, this time down the inside, goes into third.
Yeah, really good battling, good moves here from the guys in the top 4. Asi and Pyro making their way up. Pyro looking good, and he's gonna look at trying to get past Rafael next. Have they done the switch at BNLRE? Yes, they have, as Asi sets the fastest laps to 1:27.091.
Fire it all over the back of Rafael. Could we move into hairpin? No, contact!
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh dear.
Oh.
That is the definition of 0 to 0.
Indeed.
That is a shame.
Yeah, picked up damage in all that make him, it seems.
And he does. It's Sieb. Where's Sieb going? Sieb's way off the track. Pyro's up to third again. Mike's getting passed by Colin and Jet, kicking off everywhere.
Oh
Colin's
no, we are seeing starting once again. Colin and Jet around the outside. They're trying to hang in there. Oh,
it's very tight. It's up the inside. Colin backs out. I think that was a smart thing to do there.
Yeah, Jet also very late on brakes. I think Sieb got damage. Surely, the way he steers the car, I think it just signalized me that he has damage.
He has damage. Yeah, he's missing an end plate. Shame for Sieb. He comes in. So with all of that, Sancho is now P2, and Assi has over 3-second lead at the front. So Assi is loving life, and he can chill a bit. He can tire manage, while Sancho can't, as he has Pyro coming up alongside, and bashing wheels along the straight. Plenty of track there, and Pyro does get the move done. He's up into P2, albeit with a 5-second penalty.
Yeah, out of nowhere, really calling team up from being 9th or 10th in the first part of the race to being 5th now and closing in on Jet.
It's like what you said. Qualifying doesn't mean everything.
Yeah.
And Colin is showing it. So is Batuksai as well. TTG not having the best of qualifying. They are now looking in a slightly more positive position. And we've got quite a big train here going on in the middle of the field, Ivan.
Yeah, indeed. It seems like I know, like I said that really lots of times for the past couple of races, but it looks like I don't know if you know for that thing in real F1, but it looks like a really truly train. But yeah, obviously You're Not Truly is not racing. You're Not Truly is not racing in EML.
No. You won't catch me racing in EML. Not anytime soon.
Yeah.
Team that I think is looking pretty good, apart from a couple of errors. CPI currently in 2nd and 7th. Obviously Pyro, I think, has been in maybe 2 incidents now. But track wise, position wise, they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, as Colin is once again close in on Jet, as behind Rafael, who has just pitted recently, as overtaking Coconuts.
Yeah, nice move. There's Bunty sets the fastest up. That's a 26.6 from Bunty. They're looking racy, these CPI boys, at the moment. But they are in a bit, well, Bunty is anyway, he's in a bit of a DRS train, and it makes life pretty hard when you're trying to make your way through the field.
Yeah, as Colin Mason is just ahead of Batuksai, who is one of the championship candidates in this race.
Yeah, he is. He's looking good after this safety car. Colin looking pretty good, pretty racy, and sitting in a very solid P5 at the moment, but looking to move up as he's making small gains on VRR Jet. Elsewhere we have seen a few pit stops. As you mentioned, Raphael has pitted recently, so has SXT Daniel, so a couple of drivers off the back here, but the guys that are on the mediums, are they going to be able to take these tyres to the end? They've still got another 10 laps to go, and most of them are 9 laps deep on this tyre compound.
Yeah, as Fire nearly broke the DRS to Sanchowitz. Yellow flag once again.
Wow, what a lap from Daniel, 26.069.
One of the 3 minutes straight.
Yeah, Coconut's having a tough race for Team Prospects, who Coconuts has actually been left on his own a lot in these races. He hasn't had a driving partner, a team partner, so it's tough. It's tough when you're on your own, you've got no one to help you or assist you on track.
Yeah, as the midfield is getting closer and closer. It's like a snake. One really big snake of F1 cars. Snake of course worth millions and millions of I don't know, you name it, euros, dollars, pounds, whatever you like it. That's the yellow flag once again. I think that's Mike once again. No,
it's Daniel.
Daniel, yeah.
Daniel, after setting that fastest lap, has made a mistake. And he's way off the pace now, that's for sure. Now, I think this train might just about to be split, because Colin is now outside of DRS to Jet, and this will be great news for Patuxai as we see Coconuts pick up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Oh, yellow flag, Coconut is out, Daniel is out, that's in the pits. Yep.
In the pits, yep. 2 retirements, Daniel and Coconuts calling it quits at this point. Shame to see them go.
Yeah, so we have as we are almost 8 laps to the end of this race, race pace. Even that safety car is quite strong, I must admit.
Yeah, feels like this race has gone pretty fast.
Yeah.
Pretty fast race, this one. Seen a lot of action. Jet is really pushing Sancho Wiz now. Jets seem to have just found a bit of extra pace out of nowhere.
Yeah. Or Sancho is struggling a little bit more with the tires. Jet, if he managed to overtake Sancho Wiz, he could potentially get second place, even either on track or fourth race because of the penalties that Fire has. But Jet getting really much further exit out of turns 6 and 7.
Yeah, he did. Jet had a little really tiny snap just out of that chicane, which pretty much meant that he had little chance of being able to be in a position to make a move, and he's gone a bit deep here, and that's lost him a few attempts. And now suddenly Colin is the man looking to try and make a move, and this, as soon as you think this train for second or third place is going to break up, they come back together again. We got this train all the way back to Bunty.
Yeah, and pretty much that's the only should we have here for the end of the race. We'll dare to say as the as it has the win pretty much in the back. If he doesn't do some kind of disaster class in the remaining 7 laps, the win is his. I will dare to say even now he'll be the winner here tonight.
Yeah, I see. Just putting in consistent laps, really keeping that gap. I assume, Ivan, that these medium runners are going to be going to the end at this point.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it will be suicidal to pit in the last 10 laps just to get some new fresh set of softs, or even worse, the fresh set of mediums. I mean, hopefully some of those guys don't have a Ferrari or Haas strategist, at least the one from Mick Schumacher, so that they won't do some sort of bottle job in this race.
Yeah, hopefully no one wants to see a bad mistake cost someone that much, as we do see a lot in F1 with some bad calls to pit and change to different tyres. But yeah, it's really tight here. Batuksai getting really close to Colin, but Colin still has DRS, so.
But I think Batuksai got a better run.
He has got a good run. He has got a very good run. Here we go then.
Yeah.
Around the outside, and that was pretty easy.
Yeah. Like he was Colin was staying in neutral on that straight.
Yeah, Colin, just like you said, didn't look like he had the best run out of that chicane, and Batuksai takes the position, and he's up into the top 5, and that's one way to do it when you're in a train.
Yeah, pushing someone else in the mistake and just piling enormous amount of pressure on him, like just showing yourself constantly in the mirrors and trying to force a move.
Yeah, definitely agree. I feel a lot of league racing now is that you miss the patience aspect. You miss the just pressuring someone into a mistake, and now instead it's a lot of diving here or just rushing to get past the car in front of you as soon as possible. But it's just that is just what you want to see in league racing. You're just pushing someone until they make that mistake.
From the one car ahead.
Colin has made another mistake going into the chicane, and Bunty getting the better run. Colin loses another position. He's not faring well with that chicane at the moment. He's down to P7, and he has also cost Bunty a bit of time here actually, because now Bunty is 1.4 off the rest ahead, so he's going to have to get busy with only 5 laps to go to try and get back in within DRS, because we're coming.
Jet is out.
Jet is out. Is that going to be a late safety car? It is.
Yep.
It's a late safety car. Oh my god.
God. Literally.
Wow.
Jet. I think that's another example from going from 0 to 0.
Yeah, another example exactly. And that was almost Latifi corner, wasn't it? It was actually just a bit further on, but
yeah, just on the exit of Latifi.
Yeah, on the exit of Latifi. So that's unfortunate. Jet was having a really strong race, and that is a shame to see him crash out at this late stage. But wow, what a end to this race we are going to have here.
Yeah, and he just lost. I was on board with Betuxa, who was actually catching Jet ahead, and Jet probably wanted to get rid of Sancho is ahead of him and put a car in between himself and Betuxa. Was a little bit too much greed on the power, lost the rear, and just went straight in the wall, and caused another plot twist in this race with this late safety car. And now this is interesting. Half of the grid pitted for new soft tires, while some of guys did not pit.
Yeah, they didn't pit. I mean, if I was Colin right now, I would pit. Everyone else is pitting. Everyone else is coming in. So it just means everyone's going to pit. And yeah, everyone's in, so everyone's going to be on new softs.
Yeah. And also to point out, if you want to check EML Premier 1 what race, which is streamed at the very same time as this race, you can go check that out as well. James Cat taking you to the action there.
Oh, Carlsbury gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car.
Well, conclusion: we had 3 0-0s in this race. Carlsbury from that start, after that start, still went downhill. Pyro, and Jet.
Yeah, that's a hat trick of zero from a hero to zeros, as you say. And Pyro pitted. Let's see, penalties. Oh, okay, so he's got rid of the 5 seconds, but he still has a 3-second penalty coming his way. And I don't think anyone can disagree that he probably has a penalty coming his way after the race as well, for that incident we witnessed earlier with Raphael.
Yeah, definitely that's his fault. I mean, I'll be really surprised if doesn't get reported or if he doesn't get a penalty. He really ruined Raphael's race at that point. Raphael getting the chance to come back now, but that's really nail in the coffin for Pyro's race.
Yeah, definitely. That's not. It does mean that Pyro's, whatever he finishes with here, is not going to be certain. But then there has been other incidents, not many, more of just driver error, but there has been a couple of incidents, so there could be a few other penalties after the conclusion of this race. We're not going to be going back racing just yet. We are still waiting for Seb and Mike, who is actually a lap down anyway.
I think Mike won't get the chance. He didn't got it on the race at once, and you're a lap down. That's game over.
Yeah, I think to be fair to Mike, he has had a torrid race. He's really not enjoyed it here, but fair play to him. He's kept going the whole time, and I think every position gets points. I believe pretty much every position gets points. So as long as he finishes, he's still going to get points for his team, and he knows it's crucial with both IRT drivers and BNLR drivers in this race that he gets whatever points that he can. But it's gonna be hard, realistically, for Esports Wales now to take P3 in the championship from BNLRE, because Mike can only get P12 realistically unless other drivers crash out because he's a lap down. So, but fair play to him for still going.
Yeah, Mike showing why he's the GOAT. And
we love Mike.
Yeah. Safety car in this lap. So, well, mayhem is starting once again. I think it started once again with Sanchez and Betuxe changing positions on my screen every now and then.
Oh, I think they're okay. I think it's just on your end. They might be doing a bit of juggling, but here we go then. It's SXT Assi who will be getting us back underway for 2 sprint laps to the end of this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix and the end of Premier 2 Season 3. When is Assi going to go? I think he is gone.
He went now, yep.
We are off. 2 laps of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix to go. Assi gets a really good start, but Tuxai already on the back of Sancho Wiz. We're going to stay with that one because that's going to be a big fight as Rafael has made a move further down on Bumpye. Here comes Tuxai. Is he going to make a move here? No. Obviously, no DRS for the rest of this race, so you've got to make your moves and make them count. Here he comes. Oh, he's not using his ERS, he's holding off.
Yep.
Oh, he's
over to Colin.
There we go. Vituxai has got a better run out of the chicane. He's using the ERS now. Sancho's not going to give him that inside line. He's forcing him out wide. And he's not going to be able to make that move. That's a good car placement from Sancho Wiz.
Yeah, indeed. Really good defensive work there. As we are now approaching to the final lap of this race.
Ooh, further back, Sieb has taken a bit of a tumble. I think he just got caught up with Carlsbury. Carlsbury's into the pits, there must be damage.
Sancho is sitting the fastest lap now.
Yep, let's go back to the front as he still leads. He'll be relieved there's no DRS here, making his job much easier. But don't rule anything out. Here we go. Who's going to come out on top? He's going defensive. But no one's making any gains. It's going to have to be a bit of a lunge if someone wants the win. They all seem to get...
getting the best run out of here, I think.
Yep. Batuxai looking to make a move on Sancho Wiz. Sancho's not going to give him that inside line. None of them able to make a move. And it looks like, as long as Assi can hold out for the rest of this sector, that he's going to be the final race winners. Batuxai's really pushing Sancho Wiz in this last sector. We're not going to see any movement as we come to the end of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It is SXT Assi who takes the win and the fastest lap. Sancho is second place as Batuxai rounds off the podium. Mike picking up 4th, Bunty in 5th, Colin picking up P6, Raphael in P7, Pyro dropping down to P8 with his penalty. IRT boys of Bumpye and Sieb rounding off the top 10. Carlsbury finishing in P11, and we will see Mike coming home to take P12. What a race.
Yeah, what a race indeed. 2 safety cars, action everywhere, and Assi at the end taking the win and championship and securing the championship for SXT.
Of course.
EML.
Of course. SXT Premier 2 champions. Congratulations to them. And well done as well. TTG put up a really strong fight. SXT led for most of the season. TTG brought it back. And SXT had to go again, and they have managed to win the Premier 2 title. BNLRE, I believe they will pick up 3rd place, so congrats to them also. And what a season it has been.
yeah, here's your podium for tonight. Assi taking the win ahead of Sancho Viz and Tuxai. And here's your finishing order once again.
There it is. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So Assi Tricolore, the Italian taking the win here ahead of Sancho Viz, Tuxai, Mike, Bunty, Colin, Rafael, Pyro, Bumpier, Siep, Carlsbury, Mike, Ivorbrain Mike, Jet, and Jet, Daniel, Coconuts, and Forza Brandon did not finish tonight's race.
There we have it. That is it for season 3. Don't really know what to say there. I don't know, actually, off the top of my head. I don't know if you know, Ivan. The team that wins Premier 2, do they get a promotion into Premier 1? Does that mean they're in Premier 1 for next season?
I think it is, yeah. Yeah, I think that is it. So SXT getting the promotion. I would imagine with I think the team that finishes at the bottom of Premier 1 gets demoted to Premier 2 actually. So that is interesting.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is QRT, but I'm not sure that they're still active. Let me just check. Are they still active in the Premier 1? No, they are. They are still active. So unless they have had an absolute blinding... No, I don't think they can get out the bottom spot. So I think QRT will be in Premier 2 next season. But I assume... You'd assume the champion of Premier 2 gets a promotion. That should really be the reward.
Yeah, I mean, that harder part deserves some slight reward, and obviously not everyone can join Premier 1, so someone arises, but someone has to fall as well, and yeah, it will be interesting to see QRT in Premier 2 next season, and SXT in Premier 1 next season as well. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be here for season 4. Perhaps this was perhaps my last race because I was planning to pull out from doing commentary at the end, but maybe you'll see me doing one last season before I say goodbye to League Racing after well, at some point this or next year, and yeah, until we'll wait and see what will happen.
Never say never, eh? Never say never. Well, before we go, Ivan, would you like to give the driver of the day?
Driver of the day, for me, I will, despite actually having a really good performance, I will give it to Betuxai, because after disastrous qualifying, he came all the way to third, even challenging for the win in last stage of the race, proving that qualifying is like really means nothing if you don't have good race pace. And yeah, Betuxai is my driver of the day. Nice.
Yeah, good call, I think. Good call, yeah. So Betuxai is the driver of the day. Thank you, Ivan, for joining me, and if this is your last commentary in EML, I appreciate you joining me and being a part of your potential last commentary. We won't say it is, but potential. So yeah, appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you all liked, commented and subscribed to the League Racing TV channel. That is that. for Season 3. SXT are your Premier 2 champions. We will be back for another season, Season 4, in the new year. We're all going to just have a bit of a rest, enjoy the FIFA World Cup, and we will see you at the start of Season 4 in the new year. So from myself and Ivan, we'll both say good night and have a lovely evening and stay safe. Bye bye.